everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind happypuppytruffles, daily origami for YouTube, and I just wanted to say hi to you guys from my vacation. I'm currently in Colorado visiting my family. I'm originally from here, so it's been nice to see my family, my parents and my brother. And before I left to come on this trip, I prepared the entire alphabet of origami so that I wouldn't miss any days. And I know a few people have been having some trouble because it's not coming up in their list in the proper order, or it doesn't look like it's there. I started recording quite a while back, and so if you go through the list, it might be kind of about a month ways back. If you're looking for the newest video in the most easiest way, you can check out the playlist for the alphabet origami, and the latest one will be in there as well. I'm really sorry that it's confusing. I wish YouTube would let you choose the date that you want to publish, not just the date that you want to record. That would be a nice advantage to people who are trying to, do things ahead of time and stuff like that. I just didn't know if I'd have access to the internet all the time to be able to upload from here. So that's why I just uploaded everything before I even left. So again, I'm sorry if it's a challenge or annoying to everybody, I know, but it is there. I have done one for every day, so please check them out. And when I get back, which is about when Z hits, I'll be also continuing that series by doing numbers and symbols, so I hope you get a chance to check that out. On another note, I did want to address the origami tag that I received from Jeremy Schaefer and from Nick Sill, and I think this is a really fun idea to kind of get everybody, all of us YouTube origami folk, to kind of answer some fun questions. So I wanted to kind of address those, and I have them written down so I don't forget what they are. But the first question was, what was your first model that you ever made? And my recollection of my first model is doing something in school. And I want to say, I think what started me getting excited about folding origami paper was when we made snowflakes. And I know that doesn't count because that's kirigami, but I think it kind of got me started thinking about it and got me interested, and I started looking at the library. And I got a hold of a book that was Christmas origami, and I spent a lot of Christmases as a kid being super excited for Santa to come and killing time into the wee hours of the night making Christmas trees. So I know that is a good memory for me, at least. The second question was, how old were you when you started origami? And so that kind of leads into that. I was like about in third grade when I really started. So, but I didn't really get a chance to have consistent kind of access to it. It was really not until I moved here that I got to go back to doing it a lot and having a lot more fun with it. So, but definitely started at a young age. The third question is, what is the most complicated model you've ever made? And I'd have to say, I don't know if this is necessarily most complicated, but most time-consuming is the dollhouse that I made. That was definitely, took a lot of time and effort. It wasn't complicated, it was just time-consuming, so maybe that doesn't really answer the question. But the more complicated ones I've done, at least so far, are my beetles and the dragon that I've made. I think those are definitely harder. So. And then how much money do I spend a month on origami paper? I live in Japan, and so origami paper is everywhere, and I don't spend that much because it's really cheap. So I'd probably say, even though I do a daily origami, I maybe barely spend like $5 a month on paper. So aside from, of course, myself randomly choosing things that I think I want to buy to collect for myself. But even then, that wouldn't probably be more than $10 or $15 a month. So, and the last question, what's my favorite origami model? And I'd have to say pretty much anything that Tomoko Fusei makes. I'm a huge fan of her work. I love boxes. I love that it's functional origami. The folding itself isn't that difficult, so it's not that discouraging, and you just have to worry about putting it together, but I do think that's some of my favorite work. So I'm going to be tagging some other people. I need to figure out who I'm going to tag. I don't know. I'll put that in the description below, but I hope you guys will check it out. And thanks to both Jeremy Schaefer and Nick Sill for tagging me. So thanks again, you guys. And I did actually want to just kind of segue into a little something else really quick, and that's the fact that, kind of bring the tone down, I'm sorry. I'm in Colorado. I'm actually in Aurora. I grew up here in Aurora. And I'm sure many of you guys have seen the news about the terrible shooting that happened there at the movie premiere. It's been really shocking for all of my family and friends. I worked at the mall that's right next to that movie theater all growing up. My family and friends went to that movie theater almost weekly. So it's been a really surreal kind of experience to see that and to see it so close to home, literally so close to home. And fortunately, none of my family or friends were hurt or even there that night. But just as a community, it's been really shocking, and we really appreciate everyone's support all over the world for just paying attention to that. And I hope something can be done so something like this can't happen again. Living in Japan now, a country where there are no guns, I really think we could benefit as a country in America kind of rethinking our gun laws. But I also had a grandfather who hunted, so I do think some guns are good, but maybe not everybody has to have like a huge stockpile like this guy did. So but I did want to just touch on that and tell everyone and say thank you, and whatever you could do to help, whatever it is, I think everything would be greatly appreciated. So thanks again, you guys, so much for watching, all your patience while I'm gone, and I will be back around the 9th or 10th of August, and back there, but I am still answering email slowly and answering comments. So yeah, thanks again for your patience and your support, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.